Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Are you excited? I think you are excited because Atomy can create millionaires, yes? I believe that everybody here today, you have the opportunity to change your life with Atomy, and you don't even realize it. So my goal today is to share with you the reasons why I believe that Atomy can change your life. So I met Atomy in 2013, and Atomy has changed my life in terms of so many different aspects, but today I'm going to focus on the compensation plan, okay? So every single day, what do? You woke up today, did you brush your teeth? Some of you aren't answering. Did you brush your teeth today? Did you shampoo your hair? All right, so how many years have you been brushing your teeth and shampooing your hair and not getting anything back? Many, many, many years, right? You never even thought about it. But in Atomy, what if I told you, you can make money brushing your teeth? That sounds like a dream, doesn't it? You can make money shampooing your hair. That's exactly what Atomy is. So if you look at the slide, you can see that we sell daily necessities, meaning even though you did not meet Atomy, okay, regardless of Atomy being in your life, every single day you have expenses. You have to give money to somebody else to get a product that you're going to use anyways, right? So when you're building this business, you do not need to worry about what others will think about you. Because I have a lot of individuals who come to me and say, Coach, I don't really feel comfortable doing Atomy because I have to sell products to people. I'm saying, no, that's not the case. You don't have to sell anybody anything. All you do is approach individuals and you help them understand what the system does in terms of changing their daily intake in terms of everyday necessities and turning that into a source of income. So the beauty of Atomy is this. Everybody can do it, and you can add it on to your everyday life. So if you want to change your financial situation that you're currently in, all you have to do is change the conversations that you have every single day. Raise your hand if you watch Netflix. Oh, you see all these hands going up. That means that you probably invest about at least 2 to 3 hours a week watching things that you don't really need to watch, right? So what I'm saying is you can change your habits and you can change those hours into sharing Atomy, and that will become your quote-unquote side hustle. So that's exactly what I did, okay? So every single one of us here today, you have an opportunity to allow Atomy to be your turning point, okay? So look at the screen. Everything that you see on there, you need anyways, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out, well, does this really work and can this really work? And the things that you need to look into is what we call the risk factor in Atomy. So is Atomy created to target market everybody in your community? So businesses are tricky because sometimes people will say, you should do this, you should do that. Or they'll say, this is the new best thing. Oh, you've never heard of this before? This is better than A, B, and C. Well, you don't really need to think about those things, but what you need to think about is how many percent of individuals around me can I target market? So, for example, the higher the percentage, the more likely you'll become successful, right? So everybody that you know, 100% of them can become a Atomy member because we're not selling things that you don't need. So we call this the Mastige strategy. Why do we call it that? Because there are individuals, if you sell a very high quality product and you try to market that to everybody around you, if it is too expensive, what happens? They can't buy it. So only those who can afford it, meaning that they have lots of money to spend, those individuals will only become your target market. So for example, let's say that you're selling cars. Let's say that you're selling only Lamborghinis. Raise your hand if you can buy one right now. So my target market in this room is very low, right? Why? Because the cost is very high. But let's say that I'm selling a car maybe that you can afford, maybe a regular car. I don't want to say, but an affordable one, okay? So that's what you have to think about. So does your product market to 100%? And in Atomy, we call that absolute quality and absolute price because we are able to mass get everybody to buy these prestigious items. So if you can create an item where the quality is high enough for those individuals who are wealthy can use it, they have no reason not to use it, right? At the same time, if you want to market your products to everybody around you, you need to be able to create it in a price range where they can afford it. So that's why we call it prestige. So it's a brilliant idea, and the only way that we can do that is because Atomy has created a system where they are managing everything like a razor blade. So therefore, we are doing costs down, and then we're sourcing products from one company, and that company is able to do R&D and continue to reinvest to make the best possible products and automate everything so they can lower the cost like our toothbrushes. So that's why it works. That's why we have been able to expand all over the world. And I had the privilege of coming to New Zealand about 4 years ago before the branch opened. And I did, I think, one of the first one-day seminars. It was exciting, right? But now I'm here and I'm back, and it's even more exciting because look at all of you here today. I believe the next time I come, it'll be even greater and bigger, and the front row will be filled with individuals who are in the Leaders Club and Royal Leaders Club, right? Is that going to be you? All of you here today have that opportunity to do so. It's all about, are you willing to put in the work to do it? So in Atomy, we don't request any ability from you. All we request from you is the willingness to put in the work. Okay, so it's a very, very different system. In other systems that we are accustomed to, it is very not effort-based, but ability-based. So what's the difference? For example, if we were to take a Korean proficiency test, okay? If you don't speak Korean, what would be your test score? A low, right? If you do speak Korean well, then what would be your test score? It would be higher, right? But if you did not speak Korean, but you wanted to get a good test score, you can do what? You can copy off the person next to you who speaks Korean. So in the real world, we call that cheating, right? If you go to university and you copy the answers off your friend's paper, you call that cheating, right? But in Atomy, we call that teamwork. So that is the super synergy of heart, where you are able to help those around you who lack certain abilities that you may have. You can share that with each other. So we see that in our business structure. So how are we able to give you that power or that ability? It's because the business does not cost anything, meaning you can continue to register individuals in your downline, creating unlimited downline leverage. So let me say that again. We have a system set in place where everybody can enter the system without issue. So for example, let's say that there was a registration fee. If there was a registration fee, how many of you would not be here today? I wouldn't. If there was even a fee of $1, I would not have registered in Atomy because I would have said, oh, it's just like every other company. But in Atomy, is there a registration fee? Raise your hand if you paid money to sign up so I can report you. No. So it's free. Everybody can register. It's free, okay? So there's no risk. Since it is free, what happens is you are able to continue to find individuals to register in your downline, right? If it costs money, then that is a barrier to entry, meaning those individuals who are only willing to pay to join would continue the lineage, right? But that's not what Atomy is about. So you can continue to add individuals, and then what happens is luck comes to you, right? What does that mean? That means that sooner or later, somebody in your downline maybe knows somebody else in another country, or who speaks another language, or who has the ability to sell a product, whatever it may be, and you have the ability to continue to structure your downline in a way where you grow like this. So let's say you start here in New Zealand or Australia, and all these individuals continue to grow, and grow. So the special thing about Atomy is it doesn't ask you, Atomy does not ask you who registered who, right? Because if you think about it, it's only fair to get paid for the work that you did, right? Yes or no? Yes. But Atomy pays you beyond what you did. You see the difference? So in everything that we have been accustomed to, especially in a capitalistic society, everybody believes that you should only be paid what you deserve. But in Atomy, we give you more than what you deserve. Therefore, we have an income ceiling, meaning that you can start and you can go and get to the top faster, but we'll all meet at the top. Isn't that better than not getting to the top at all? Yes? So that's the system that I'm sharing with you today. So let's look at it in a little more detail. Let's say this is you, okay? And let's say you registered 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals, okay? And then this individual here, you don't really know who they are. It was a cousin's friend's sister, okay? And that individual, you don't even know where they're currently doing the business. But all of a sudden one day, they start registering individuals and you have 1,000 new members in your downline. Should you be paid for this individual's work of adding 1,000 individuals? Is it fair if you didn't do it? See, in a normal business, you would not get it. That's why it's called multi-level marketing. You only get money according to multi-levels, right? Whatever it may be. But in Atomy, they don't care. In Atomy, as long as they're in your downline, you get how many percent? 100% of everything that is done within your downline. So your success in Atomy is inevitable if you continue to grow the business. Do you understand what I mean? Because when you really understand the implications of what I'm explaining to you, you will begin to understand that today is the day your life changes. When I first met Atomy, I watched CEO Park's video. I had no clue what Atomy was. There was no English material, and I was not good in Korean. So I went on the website, and I watched this video of this grandpa talking. He was speaking, and I was like, wow, he is so right. He said, if you create products that are absolute quality and price, people will just run to the products and they'll consume it. And I watched it. And then I had tears coming down my eyes watching his video, right? That grandpa was CEO Park, right? When I was watching the video, I had tears running down my face because I knew from that day that my life would change. I ran to my wife and I turned on the video and I showed her. It was about 1 a.m. in the morning. And I said, Nadi, watch this video. It's amazing. And she's like, who is this grandpa? But we started watching it together, and she said, you know, if you want to do it, go ahead. And we started doing the business because we understood, A, the products were amazing, and B, your success is inevitable. The only reason you fail in Atomy is because you give up. If you don't give up, it is inevitable that you can become successful because there is no risk to you. Since there is no risk, all you have to do is change the conversations that you have every single day with those around you. Every single day, stop watching YouTube, right? Stop going through your Instagram shorts, okay? Stop scrolling. Start thinking. Stop consuming content and start making content. And talk to individuals around you to see how you can better your financial situation with them. And this is the mindset that you need. As we grow this in this business, we understand that we are not like these systems where the top go and take everything. So meaning in other companies, as you grow in the company, you always get a percentage breakdown of the revenue of the company. So therefore, as the revenue continues to increase within the company, since you are percentage-based, your percentage will also continue to increase, meaning that those under you will never be able to catch up to you in terms of income, right? So you have to think about that. But in Atomy, what did I say? I say we made it easy for you to be able to go to the top quickly, but at the same time, we have an income ceiling. So it may take you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, but it doesn't matter because we're all going to meet where? At the top. For example, I've been doing this business for about 10 years now, but I know individuals who started their company, started Atomy about 3, 4 years ago, who are already crown masters and making much more money than I'm making. Isn't that amazing? That is the vision in Atomy. Just because I started before you doesn't mean anything. Next time you come, maybe you will be in the Crown Club before I am. Yes? And I think that is the vision that we need to have. So everybody here today, the only person who is limiting your success is who? You. So let's talk about the general commission very quickly, okay? In this, there are two commissions that we need to break down, the general commission and the mastership bonus. But these two work together to create what I'm talking about. So the general commission is very simple. You don't even need to know the compensation plan because Atomy, the system itself, will do what? Accumulate the PVs and pay you accordingly. You don't even need to know it, okay? But I'm going to explain it to you very briefly. So in the general commission, this is how it works. Every single product has what we call PV. It has point value, okay? So every time you consume a product, you get points, and those points accumulate to give you cash back. That's why I said you can make money brushing your teeth. So all this time, let's say you've been brushing your teeth 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but you've never gotten money back. But in Atomy, as you continue to brush your teeth, you start to what? Accumulate PV. And as you accumulate PV, let's say you only get back one commission. So each commission is calculated by points, and the end value fluctuates according to your company or your country. But let's say that you get about $70, okay? So my question to you is this. Let's say for 1 year, let's say last year, 2022, walking around the city for 1 year, did you pick up $70? Raise your hand if you picked up $70 or more last year on the ground. Raise your hand high. One. We got one. We got just one. Okay. Somebody got it before you then. So why I'm asking you this is this. Even finding money on the ground is difficult. It takes work. Right? It takes work. You can't look at the beautiful sky. You got to look at the dirty ground. You got to work for it. But every single day you brush your teeth, you shampoo your hair, you moisturize your skin, you do laundry, you do all these things regardless. You don't need to change your daily habits. You just change your consuming habits. And as you change that, automatically, if you get a $70 commission in 1 year, that is more than you made ever, right? So are you losing any money? No. Now remember, I'm just talking about the commission. But even the products themselves, you save money if you buy everything and you do the calculations because these items help you save money rather than make you use more. So that's why this system works, and that's how the general commission works. So every single day, the company calculates how much PV your downline creates. And once you have a personal PV of 10,000, you can start accumulating downline PV. And then this is what it looks like. So you see let's say that you have 300,000 PV, and your A line and your B line, so you can call it your A, your B, your A group, your B group, your left leg, your right leg, your whatever you want, okay? There's only two sides, okay? One side and the other side. Once your smaller side accumulates to a minimum of 300,000 PV, you get 15 points. And those points translate to 1 point per. It's usually about 4.2 to 4.3 thousand won, which is about, let's say, $70, okay? So that's how you get paid. So all these little people you see here, these are the PV that they're consuming. So let's say this one, she consumed 11.5 kPV. Another person here in Canada consumed 130,000 PV. And as these accumulate, you get paid out. So let's look at the next one. So this is how it looks like, okay? So you can take a photo of this, okay? You can go online and go to YouTube and type in detailed compensation plan, and you'll be able to see many compensation plans. But all the information is online. But like I said, you don't need to know how it works because the system will do it itself, okay? But this is how you get paid. So that is the compensation plan in terms of general commission. But let's look at this, okay? In Atomy, you get, okay, to work hard from 0 to 300 kPV. That's where all your work is, okay? Beyond that, there's no way you can create that PV on your own. You can't create 700K PV every single day on your own, can you? I've never been able to meet anybody who can do that. So what I'm saying is you are able to go to the next levels even though you don't have the ability to do so, because the network effect will come together to give you exponential growth. Okay? So in order for that to work, you have to continue to what? Share Atomy with those around you. So let's look at the payout. You'll be getting paid the general commission every single week on the Tuesdays. And then you'll be getting paid your mastership bonuses on 2 different periods. So how does the mastership bonus work then? It's very simple. In this system, the general commission, like I told you, accumulates every single day, right? Everybody with me so far? So if today you got 300K PV, then you get your points. And then your PV in terms of your general commission go to 0. Okay? And then the next day, it'll calculate it again, and then the next day, so on and so forth. But for 15 days from the 1st to the 15th, if you have an accumulated total PV of 1.5 million, then we have something called the semi-sales master system. So this is what that looks like. So from your A, you got 1.5 million. From your B, you can get 1.1 and a personal PV of 4. So how does that work? I think this is very important. I think everybody needs to pay attention to this because many people don't know about this, okay? So when you're a semi-sales master and when you are a sales master, you have the opportunity to build your personal PV because you can't do this when you become a diamond master. Okay? So when you're maintaining mastership from semi to sales, what the company does is it automatically also calculates the PV that you bought from your personal ID during that period. So let's look at this. It says that you had a personal PV of 300,000. Your A had 1.5 million. Your B had 1.1 million. But in order to create the full 1.5 million, what did you do? Let me circle it in blue here. You added another 300K to your personal PV. So 1.1 plus 0.4 is 1.5. Meaning that your personal PV is now at the needed 700K, and your group and your personal PV together for that period creates a total accumulation of 1.5. So you are now a semi-sales master. This concept works the exact same way for sales master. So a sales master, the only difference is what? Instead of 1.5 million GPV, it's 2.5. Okay, everyone? So all these individuals sitting in the front with their beautiful badges, they are the ones who are auto sales masters, okay? So it is your job to do what now? To help create more auto sales masters in your downline. So everybody should have the goal of becoming a diamond master minimum. So what does it mean to be a diamond master? Just the concept of building 2 leaders in your A, 2 leaders in your B is the concept that I want you to understand. Because if you have 2 leaders in each side, you are able to continue to grow your business to each level above, all the way to Imperial Master. Okay, everyone? So this is what we call the mindset, and the difference is this, I believe. A partner mindset is somebody who continues to have to be led by somebody, meaning you want somebody to continue to tell you what to do, right? You should do this, you should do that, you should make daily goals and this and that. But I think we should all upgrade our mindset to becoming a sponsor, meaning that we are looking for leaders to help lead in our downlines. And we are able to do that when we have the mindset of wanting to create masterships that are beyond sales master. So I challenge all of you today to go and become auto sales master, of course, but build auto sales masters in your downline. Everybody understand? So here is a photo. You can take a photo of this, of what I just verbally said. So you can take a photo of this and you can take it home, and the picture will look like this. Many beautiful faces will be in your downline, right? And all those beautiful faces, their daily consumption will create passive income for you. Since Atomy has daily necessities, and these items are ones that you have to continue to use, we call that residual income. Meaning that if you are able to follow up with those leaders, and if you are able to create that culture and relationship with them, then you are able to continue to grow your business in an exponential way. So I encourage all of you to what? Go sales master, okay? And then you'll continue to grow and you'll get your promotions, and then you want to become what? A diamond master. And you'll continue to grow and grow until one day you reach what we call the imperial master. So once you become an imperial master, that is the top of the mastership. But once you get to this point, remember I stated that in Atomy you have an income ceiling of 50 million PV a day. So you have already reached that once you are at this level, meaning that every single month you're already creating about $100,000 a month. Does that sound good to you? Raise your hand if you want to create $100,000 a month. The only person stopping you is who? So I believe that you will be the one who can then push yourself to become an imperial master. And once you become an imperial master, you will get the beautiful cash prize of $1.2 million. So Atomy has changed my life, and I'm able to travel the world speaking not just about the Atomy compensation plan and the vision, but the core value of Atomy and why I believe that this company is amazing. So yesterday we had our amazing revival meeting, so thank you all for coming to that as well. And today I hope and pray that this becomes your turning point and that you all receive this cash prize of $1.2 million. Thank you very much.